4 weeks ago, the quiet Victorian town of Porepunkah became the epicenter of one of Australia's largest manhunts. Today, we examine why this massive operation may soon face a critical decision point. August 26th. Police arrived to execute a warrant at Freeman's property on Rainer Track. The exact nature of the warrant remains disputed. What followed was deadly. Detective leading Senior Constable Neil Thompson, aged 59, and Senior Constable Vadim Dewat Hotat, aged 35, were killed. Thompson, a 38-year police veteran, was days away from retirement. Sad Thompson's death was particularly tragic, killed just days before the retirement he had earned. Neutral. 450 police personnel descended on Porepunkah, nearly half the town's population in law enforcement. Freeman has been on the run for 27 days, with Victoria Police supported by Interstate Forces, ASIO, and the Australian Defence Force. For residents, life changed overnight. Checkpoints became part of daily routine. Children couldn't play freely outdoors. The elderly felt trapped in their homes. Local farmer Janet Mills told reporters, "We understand why they're here, but it's like living in a war zone." The psychological toll runs deep. Porepunkah's tight-knit community of farmers, retirees, and small business owners suddenly found themselves at the center of national attention. Many residents report difficulty sleeping, constant anxiety, and children asking difficult questions about why their quiet town became dangerous. Victoria Police offered a $1 million reward, the largest in state history. After 4 weeks, no confirmed sightings. Here's the harsh financial reality forcing difficult conversations within Victoria Police headquarters. It's well within the hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not, by the time this is completed, may well be into the millions. And that's got a major impact on the police operating budget, says retired Detective Senior Sergeant Charlie Bezzina. The numbers: 450 officers, extended shifts, 7 days a week for 4 weeks. Accommodation, meals, helicopters, overtime, costs mounting into the millions against Victoria Police's $4.51 billion annual budget. It just cannot go on for infinitum. It has to have a line in the sand somewhere, Bezzina explains. The timing is brutal. Victoria Police already spent over $10 million on pro-Palestine demonstrations this year, unplanned expenses hitting the budget hard. Every officer in Porepunkah is unavailable elsewhere. Crime doesn't stop for manhunts. Summer weather presents the immediate threat. Victoria's extreme temperatures and bushfire risks could make the search dangerous, not just expensive. You can't have our specialist people in that bush in 35 to 38-degree heat, Bezzina states. That might be the pinnacle, when the summer actually hits, of having that particular decision-making of when do we stop our policing resources for the sheer welfare of our people. When the decision comes, it'll be gradual. The uniformed officers would be first released in a gradual scale-down of operations, leaving specialist detectives on the case. Will they keep a police presence in Porepunkah? I think the time will come and the answer will be no. Local businesses suffered massive losses during peak snow season. Porepunkah sits on the route to Mount Hotham and Falls Creek ski resorts, but travel restrictions kept thousands away. The ripple effects devastated the region. Sarah's Country Kitchen, a family restaurant running for 20 years, laid off half its staff. The Porepunkah Hotel saw 80% of bookings cancelled. Equipment rental shops that depend entirely on ski season revenue face potential closure. Local mother Emma Rodriguez describes the strain. My husband works at the hotel. I run a small cafe. We've lost our entire savings. The kids don't understand why Daddy might lose his job because of something that happened down the road. Mount Buffalo National Park remains closed, cutting off another major tourism draw. The government's $5,000 grants barely cover losses for most operators. Many lost 10 times that amount during what should have been their most profitable month. Freeman's extensive bush survival skills and intimate local knowledge make him uniquely equipped for extended wilderness survival. The mountainous terrain offers countless hiding places, old mining sites, caves, abandoned structures. But Freeman isn't just hiding from police. He's hiding in his neighbour's backyard. Long-time residents knew him as the quiet man on Rainer Track who kept to himself. Some describe him as helpful during bushfires, others as increasingly paranoid about government overreach. Dezi helped us clear fallen trees after the storms, says neighbour Bob Crawford. Hard to believe it's the same person. Shows you never really know someone. The manhunt has divided the small community. Some residents cooperate fully with police. Others question the massive response. A few quietly express sympathy for Freeman's anti-government stance, creating tension in a town that typically stands together. Searchers face hundreds of square kilometres of dense bushland. Every cave, every mine shaft, every hut needs checking. A massive undertaking. Police Minister Anthony Carbines promises unlimited resources, but ground reality may force different calculations. This represents modern policing's fundamental challenge, balancing commitment to justice against practical limitations of resources and officer safety. Thoughtful. Neil Thompson's 38 years of service, cut short days before retirement, and Vadim Devat-Hotat's dedication as a young officer represent the human cost driving this operation. Neutral. As summer approaches and costs mount, the question isn't whether police will draw a line in the sand. It's when and what that means for this case and future operations. The search continues, but the clock is ticking on one of Victoria's most expensive manhunts. The decisions ahead will impact far beyond this single case. This case raises important questions about resource allocation, government priorities, and the balance between justice and practicality. As always, we encourage you to think critically about the information presented and form your own conclusions. If you found this analysis valuable, please subscribe for more in-depth coverage of stories that matter. Remember to question everything, seek multiple perspectives, and never stop thinking for yourself. Thanks for watching.